Good morning, class. Please open up to page number 76, and today we are going to do the poem Trespass by John Clare. So first of all, we'll learn something about the poet. John Clare was born in 1793 and died in 1864. He was the son of a farm worker. He lived in the countryside and wrote many poems that are based on close observation of the simple natural world around him. Clare lived during a period of massive change that was brought about by the increased use of industry in Britain. Cities were growing fast and life in the countryside was changing because large areas of land that had been open to everyone were being closed off to the public. In this poem, he admires the beautiful countryside, but his feelings about crossing land that is not his makes him very uneasy. So now, before going into a comprehensive or a detailed explanation of the poem, I'll just read the poem to you first and then we'll see what it is all about. I dreaded walking where there was no path, and pressed with cautious tread the meadow swath, and always turned to look with wary eye, and always feared the owner coming by. Yet everything about where I had gone appeared so beautiful I ventured on, and when I gained the road where all are free, I fancied every stranger frowned at me, and every kinder look appeared to say, "You have been on trespass in your walk today." I have often thought the day appeared so fine, how beautiful if such a place were mine. But having not, I never feel alone, and cannot use another's as my own. Now children, you will see a lot many things written over here, so please make sure that you write it down as well. So first of all, the poem Trespass. What is the meaning of trespass? To enter someone's land or property without permission. Now this poem Trespass, it is a sonnet, S-O-N-N-E-T. It has 14 lines. If you'll count the lines, they are 14 in number. So a poem written in 14 lines and has a particular rhyming pattern is called a sonnet. Now here you will see that there two lines, okay, the first two lines, they rhyme with each other, so they are called rhyming couplet. So the first two lines, the rhyming scheme will be AA, path, swath. Now children, the word swath or swath has been taken as a short form of the word sweth, okay, which means a large narrow tract of land. But here, so that to make the poem a rhyming one and to use it with the word path, the poet has shortened it to swath. I by BB, then gone and on is CC, free me is DD, please keep on writing, say today is EE, a fine and mine FF. Now alone and own, children, it cannot rhyme with gone and on, so this will be GG. Why the difference? The sound of O over here is O. Gone, on, CC. So these two particular words, they rhyme with each other, whereas alone, own. See, so the last couplet is, the scheme is, rhyming scheme will go as GG. So AA, BB, CC, DD, EE, FF, GG. Please write it down where I have written. Now coming back to the description of the poem. Now when this poem was written, that time we have already read over here that John Clare was the son of a farm worker. His childhood was very harsh and hard. So there was lot of oppression. His father did not have his own pasture or his own land. He was farming for the landowner, and in turn they used to get some maybe crop or some money as the rules were applied by the landowner. Now this entire poem is centered or fastened on rural life. The poem also shows a hint of anger. Okay, maybe the way I have read it out to you, you could not feel the anger, but if you will read about this poem as to when it was written, it was during the time when, there was a time when the entire stretch of land, okay, people could go anywhere they please, whether they were farmers or landowners. But then there came a time when certain land or meadows were restricted to own people who owned them, and entry into it was with permission only. So the author is very sad, and he has despaired that he cannot go to places on his own, and he is too poor and his family is too poor to buy or own such nice piece of land in the countryside. The poem also shows anger towards the landowners, and it shows sadness in the poet's heart. Now, in this particular poem, children, the rhyming couplets are there, and you will find a skipping rhythm. So this is why when I read it out to you, you did not feel the sadness in the words. But when I'll explain it to you, then you'll realize that how sad the poet was when he had written this lovely sonnet. Now, in this particular poem, the poet himself is in the role of an intruder. Who is an intruder? A trespasser who enters somebody's property without permission. So let us see what the first two lines have to tell us. I dreaded walking where there was no path. I feared passing through a land where there was no road, and pressed with cautious tread the meadow sward. So moved with careful step in the meadow. Swath is, children, it is a narrow space of land. And always turn to look with wary eye. So when you are doing something which you are not supposed to do, and your parents or your teachers or elders have told you not to do, then when you are doing that particular thing, then you are always looking here and there just to see that you are not being observed. So similarly, same thing the poet is doing, and always turn to look. So he is looking over his shoulder as if hoping that nobody is watching him. And always feared the owner coming by. And when you are doing something wrong, you fear that your parents will come in or somebody will come in and they will scold you. So same feelings the poet has. Yet everything about where I had gone appeared so beautiful, I ventured on. But why couldn't he stop? He knew that he was doing something wrong, but he could not stop because he wanted to admire the beautiful nature all around him. Though he was fearing that the owner will come by, somebody will come by and check him and scold him and maybe put him in prison for doing so. Maybe, tell them that he was trying to steal something, accuse him of stealing something. Then also he goes on. Appeared so beautiful, I ventured on. Why the word ventured over here? Because it means undertook a daring journey. Why is he daring? Because he is not supposed to be on that land. Okay? Because he does not own that land, or he has not taken any permission from there. And when I gained the road, after he had walked through the meadow and he is back on the road, so came back on the road where all are free. All are free. The entire stretch of the road belongs to all people. Doesn't matter whether they were farmers or they were the rich landowners. So the road was meant for all. I fancied every stranger frowned at me. Fancied, he imagined. Because when you are guilty of doing something wrong, then you will feel that everybody is looking at you. I fancied every stranger. So whosoever he met on that road, he thought that they were frowning at me. What is frowning? And showing the face has an expression of displeasure or disapproval. There are times when maybe you are being naughty in the class and the teacher is trying to explain something, so she doesn't stop, okay, to scold you or to check you, but then what she does, Just by her look, she can tell you, she will come to your desk, she'll tap on your desk, on your shoulders, and from her look you can make out that she is displeased with you. And every kind of look appeared to say, kind of polite or friendly, okay, you have been on trespass in your walk today. So the poet is not just wary of the strangers who are frowning at him, but even the people who know him, who are giving him a kind look, he feels that they know what he has been up to, that he was, without permission, he was walking on somebody else's property. I have often thought the day appeared so fine. He thinks, he is writing this poem later on, so he thinks that I have often thought that the day was so lovely, it looked so lovely. How beautiful if such a place were mine. He is always thinking when he is surrounded by beautiful things, and especially things which he has no right to be enjoying, then he thinks, what if such a beautiful place belonged to me? But then he came from a very poor family. His childhood was very poor. When you will read about John Clare in the net, you will go through different sites, then you will know that he had been to a mental asylum also. His upbringing was so poor, so hard, so harsh, that he had trouble in adjusting in the society. But having not, I never feel alone. So over here, children, not means not owning, and not means nothing. So over here, anything which money can buy, a thing of beauty or joy, which can be bought, a piece of land which can be bought, which will give. Here the piece of land would have provided some kind of crop he could have grown, and which could have sustained his family or given beauty to his family. He could have let his cattle graze over there in that meadow, but then all these things were not his. And when he is talking about somebody like him who cannot own such thing, then he is also maybe thinking about other people like him who do not have the means to own such kind of beauty, and cannot use another's as my own. Another's? What is another's over here? Something which is not his by any right. So all in all, it's a beautiful poem, children. I do not expect you to understand it in one go, so I will request you to rewind the video and replay the video 4 or 5 times. Okay, pay full attention to it. Just don't look at the screen, just look into your book and hear me explaining it, and you will, it's a very simple poem full of sadness, but then it will come to you and you will realize how beautiful the poem is. Now children, all the word meanings are to be written down in your fair notebook, and the answers I will be uploading shortly. Till that time, stay safe and stay blessed.